Hello all, it is about 11 o'clock this morning and I've been up for just a little bit and I'm going to actually start editing my vlog from yesterday and hopefully get that up later today. I was going to do it last night, but the video I was trying to render to put up today did not want to render. I guess somehow it paused partway through its rendering, so I had to like get it started again, and then it took a long time and I went to sleep. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna take a shower, I think, and then work through more of People Kill People, and also uploading the videos, my tag video, my vlog, and my makeup inspired by video for this week. So it's gonna be a pretty nice day. I'm hoping to hear back from that job today as well that I told you guys about yesterday. So I don't really know if it's going to work out. I really hope so, but I'm hoping that I'll get a call. I really hope I do. It'd be really nice to get a call and say that I got the job. But anyway, I will talk to all of you guys a little bit later once I have gotten through more of People Kill People. Hey y'all, it is about 2:15 in the afternoon. I have gotten my video edited, my vlog from yesterday edited, and it's still currently rendering. It's been about a couple hours and then my laptop died, so I had to plug it in. But I still haven't read today, but I did take a shower and have some lunch, and I've been doing a little bit of job searching. I actually got an interview scheduled for Thursday, so I'm going to be going back up to Mount Pleasant on Thursday, which I'm really excited about because it's for a really good part-time job that I was super excited to apply for, and it's basically working in a retail industry, and so I am pretty excited. I hope it's going to go well. Still haven't heard from the other job that I went out for an interview for last week, but apparently things are just kind of crazy right now. Even Robert had said that it was really abnormal for me not to be able to talk to the person I was supposed to, so that's a little concerning. But they left a message on her desk again, is what I'm assuming, and yeah, so I'm hoping to hear back from them soon. If not, I'm gonna basically just consider them not wanting me or something. I don't know. Everything's kind of weird because in Michigan right now, today a lot of schools got closed down because of the ice. We've had, in the last like 3 or 4 weeks, we've had at least probably 8 snow days throughout the entirety of those few weeks because of the polar vortex that happened a couple weeks ago. And then also this past weekend, we had a lot of major ice come in, and we've had a lot of snow come in again. It's not been as cold, but we've just had a lot of ice freezing over. Like, we've had freezing rain and stuff like that. So today a lot of the schools are closed because of the freezing rain that froze over last night and made the roads super icy. So that's, I think, part of the problem right now, is that there's stuff going on like within the area that's making it hard for them to be able to get a hold of me because things are coming up. And so yeah, I'm hoping that things will resolve itself soon, but otherwise I have an interview on Thursday, so that'll be nice. But it kind of sucks too because I really want to be able to move, and the more times I have to go up there is more gas money, and that, you know, dives into the money I need for rent. So it's crazy. I'm really hoping that at least if I go to this interview, something will happen and maybe I'll get the job, but I highly doubt they're going to tell me right then and there that I've gotten the job or anything, because the only time I've ever had that happen was when I was working in the hotel over the summer, and that was because they just wanted somebody like right away that could start soon. The job I told you guys last night about that I wanted to apply for, that was like a freelance thing, is no longer available, and I don't even understand where to find that post that my mom found because it looked kind of hokey, trying to find it on LinkedIn, so I just wrote that off. There's a job I could apply for with Zulily, but the thing is I'd have to live in Columbus, and I don't want to move all the way out there right now when I'm just trying to even figure out how to find a job that is going to make me money to be able to move to New York like I want to in the future. Like, if I had the money to move to Columbus, I would, but I don't have really any money to move all the way out there right now, which is like at least a 4-hour drive from here, so I can't do that. But anyway, I haven't even started reading People Kill People yet because I've been doing a bunch of that stuff, but since this is still going to take a little bit to render, I'm going to go grab my book and actually sit and read and try to get that book finished before the end of the day. Anyway, hopefully something will happen in the next couple hours. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm going to go grab my book and read for a little bit. Hey guys, so it is about 10 o'clock right now, just after 10, and I'm not quite finished with it yet, but I have almost 100 pages left of People Kill People by Ellen Hopkins, and let me just say, this book the book itself doesn't necessarily make me mad, but more about the fact that Ellen Hopkins writes so much truth in this novel, because there's so many things about it that are so true to actual, like, real life, that it makes me upset, because it makes me think about all the really shitty things that are happening in our world right now, and it's just makes me very aggravated. But, you know, it really kind of just solidifies a lot of the beliefs that I have about, you know, our country and what it should be doing as opposed to what it is doing at the moment, and how some people are just really freaking stupid. Uh, that's all I will say politically right now on that. But, so yeah, I have a little bit less than 2 hours left of the day, and I am almost done with this, so I'm really excited. Robert is on his way home now, and we were gonna watch an episode or two of Supernatural, because we've just started that, or at least he's restarted it, and I am kind of seeing it really for the first time from the first season, after having watched several episodes from, like, season 11, I think, and so I don't know if we're still going to watch that or not. It depends on how he's feeling, but if I don't finish this tonight, I will definitely have it done tomorrow. My next book for Contemporary-a-thon is supposed to be really, really short, so it's probably not going to take me very long to get through that one, which will be really nice. And I think it's going to be my Jacqueline Woodson book that I picked for Contemporary-a-thon, which all of her books are super short, like they're less than 200 pages. So as far as the job updates, I still have not heard back from the job that I interviewed with on Friday, but I think I told you guys earlier about the fact that I got an interview with a different job. So that's all good. I'm going up there Thursday, so I'm probably going to stay the night at the apartment Robert is at with his friend Thursday night, because again, Michigan's weather is being kind of silly and we are having a lot of snow, so just in case the weather is not going to be super cooperative during Thursday, I'm just going to, like, stay the night Thursday and then go back home Friday. Hopefully I will hear some good stuff either before Thursday, or maybe good things will happen on Thursday. I don't know. I'm hoping so. So I just things are really frustrating because I want stuff to, like, happen and none of it's happening yet. But anyway, I'm going to go and finish the rest of this, or as much of it as I can, and I will update you guys with where I get by the end of the night. Okay, guys, so it is 11:36 at night, and I just finished People Kill People by Ellen Hopkins, and oh my freaking god, I don't even have words exactly for how this book is. I'm shocked, I'm amazed, and what I said earlier still stands true. I'm angry at the fact that Ellen Hopkins just writes so much truth within this novel. It is ridiculous how hard she hits the nail on the head with this entire topic of just gun violence and how people can kill others, but a gun makes things way easier to do the job. And it's just, oh my god, this book was a roller coaster. I actually have a little bit of chest pain right now, only because I'm trying to, like, keep my emotions reined in, and I've not had a book do that for a while. I've cried at quite a few books in the past, but I've not felt so on the brink of tears that I have to rein it in a very, very long time. This is one of the reasons why I love Ellen Hopkins, though, by far, is because she's able to make me feel these things. If you couldn't tell, it's a 5-star for me because it was absolutely wonderful. It is so very different structurally than the other books I have read by Ellen, because it bounces between prose for each of the individual characters and verse for this character that is described as violence. So it's like basically personifying violence, the verse aspects, and kind of giving them a voice and giving them a personality to where you see how, you know, that is tied into this entire story. And it's really interesting. The prose is really beautiful, even for the long periods of time that it's in there. It's really effective. It's all in second person too, because it's the idea of the story is for you to be stepped inside the minds of these characters and see what they go through, and you're supposed to try to figure out who possibly could kill anyone, because all 6 of the characters involved in this story have a reason to use a gun to either protect themselves or hurt others or hurt themselves. And you're trying to figure out who is going to, like, shoot somebody or themselves within the story. And I will say you go into it with maybe one mindset of who you might think would do it, but by the end of it, you're completely thrown for a loop about who actually hurts anybody in this book, and it's ridiculously jaw-dropping. I'm so enamored with Ellen's ability to write and Ellen's depth in her writing, and I can't express enough how important I think it is for people to read Ellen Hopkins' work, not just because of, the beautiful writing, but as dark as her content is, it is so important, I think, to recognize the darkness that is in the world with things like drugs and violence and mental health and things of that nature, because she's touched on pretty much everything under the sun when it comes to dark topics. Drugs, suicide, mental health, violence, like everything that she's written so far has had some focus on one of those things and has all been done pretty eloquently. The exception being Identical, like I said yesterday, which I think I am going to make a video talking about specifically, books that I think I've changed my mind on over the last few years, and that being kind of the inspiration for the video. So I really, really loved this book, though, and I seriously recommend it to anyone who might not even necessarily be interested in verse specifically, like reading stories in verse, but reading stories about more contemporary problems like gun violence and things of that nature, because I think that the way that Ellen writes it is she has stated on her Twitter and everything that she's very much against guns and she wants gun control, but the book itself has different perspectives of the story where she's got some people who are against guns, some people who are nationalists that are pro-guns, and people that are pro-immigration and against immigration, and that's because that's a huge aspect of the story as well. And, several different things that I think are super contemporary topics of debate within the United States at this point. So if you're invested with like politics and stuff and kind of want a fiction-based story dealing with some of those contemporary problems, I would highly recommend it. Even if you kind of just want to get a better sense of what the overall arguments are, this is a great book for it, because pretty much all of the topics and all of the points that these characters are discussing within the novel are valid actual points that are being used by both the nationalist sides and the more liberal sides of the spectrum. And I think it's a really great representation of the world from both angles. But the thing is Ellen specifically states in the author's note at the very beginning of the story that these characters do not hold any particular views of hers. She just really wanted to write a story based on this question of, why do people resort to violence? Why do people kill people? Why do people act in violent ways? And is it something about, where they come from? Is it something about, the things that they've experienced, things of that nature, like really focusing more on the individual themselves. And that's a really interesting perspective that is really important for, I think, a lot of authors to write on. And I think has been happening a lot more lately with books that discuss contemporary problems, where they focus on the individual and they ask questions of why and how. And that is incredibly important, I think, especially for contemporaries. So again, long-winded rant and rave of this book over. It was a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I am done for the night. I am now basically caught up so far with my Contemporary-a-thon reading, and starting tomorrow on Wednesday, I will be reading another book. I think it's going to be If You Come Softly by Jacqueline Woodson. I think either that or it is going to be The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Alir Sainz. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you guys will know tomorrow. But anyway, that is it for me tonight. I will see all of you guys tomorrow with my next day of my Contemporary-a-thon vlogs. So I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys!